Hello and welcome. You're watching BTTV. I'm Tanya Aneja and this is Market Today, a show where we'll get you all the latest market updates, stocks and sectors that are buzzing in and much more. Well, let's take a look at the markets at this point in time, and the good news is that we are back in the green. So market turned, cautious ahead of the RBI's monetary policy decision, but I guess bulls are not really ready to give up. So 19,600, this mark we have reclaimed again, 35 points higher there on Nifty, and Sensex also above that 65,908 mark. Remember, we were down around 300 points in the morning trade, and as we can see, we are back in the green and 70 points uptick there on Sensex. Let's see how the broader markets are doing at this point in time. They continue to outperform, and how. So mid cap there also we are seeing this 100 points uptick, 109 on mid cap, 38,020 is the level where we are at, and small cap also 70 points higher there, 11,831 level. Broader markets continue to outperform, but let's pull up the some of the gainers for you, and let's see the stocks that are supporting the markets as we speak. And it's clearly some pharma counters that continue to outperform. Remember, Nifty Pharma also hit its record high today. So Dr. Reddy's on your screen, the top gainer for you, 4% uptick there, 5869 level. Hindalco, some of the metal counters also shining, and Tata Motors up to the tune of 2%, 15. Okay, these are some of the gainers. And M&M on the back of Q1 numbers, this stock continued to outperform from the past few trading sessions. JSW Steel, Coal India on the back of stellar Q1 earnings, 2% uptick there as well. So let's see the stocks that are not supporting the markets at this point in time, and there DV's Lab on your screen. So some of the pharma counter, they are not really able to support the market. 3739 level there on DV's Lab. Maruti Suzuki and ICICI Bank, some of the other top losers for you. Trading in the red, 1% down as we speak. Bajaj Finance, Apollo Hospitals and Ultratech Cement, these are among the top losers for you. Okay, so let's see the sectoral action that is happening in the markets, and it's the metal sector that is shining. That index should come up for you, 1.5% uptick there. And let's see which are the stocks that are performing from this particular sector. So Hindustan Copper, Hindalco, Jindal Steel, JSW Steel, these are some of the stocks trading to the tune of 2 to 3% higher in today's trading session. Then of course we have Pharma also. Nifty Pharma, remember, hit its record high today, and there are some stocks that continue to outperform, and on the back of Q1 earnings, like Gland Pharma, we have seen a stellar rally in this particular counter. It was up to the tune of 20% yesterday. It is up 4% today also. Dr. Reddy's continues to outperform. Then we have Pfizer, Natco Pharma, Torrent Pharma. All these stocks from this particular sector, they continue to perform really well in this market. So now it is important to understand that where are the pockets of opportunities, where are the opportunities in pharma sector, and where are the markets headed, ahead of RBI's monetary policy decision. So for that, let's welcome our guest on the show today. Kranti Patini from Wealth Mill Securities joins us now. Thank you so much, Mr. Patini, for taking the time out and joining us here on Business Today television. And let me start by asking you, about the market outlook only. So market participants, I mean, they are eagerly waiting the RBI's monetary policy committee decision, and according to experts, it is likely to keep the interest rates unchanged. But what are your thoughts, and how are you approaching Indian markets at this point in time, especially ahead of this important decision?
Yeah, Tanya, markets are much eagerly waiting for the MPC outcome. But what we can, the consensus view is currently the RBI MPC committee can maintain the status quo, not changing any kind of interest rates. But the crucial thing here is what kind of commentary they are going to give. The forward-looking commentaries, statements is extremely crucial going ahead. The main reason for this matter is the inflation is quite stubborn across the globe. Uh, Coming to the domestic food inflation, the vegetable prices are quite strong. So they're not even coming down. They're not in a mood to cool off immediately. So how RBI MPC stands with respect to the inflation? This is extremely crucial uh, going ahead. Uh, if they can give any kind of sort of unexpected rate hike, that's going to uh, that's going to create some kind of knee-jerk reaction on the market. But what we expect is if RBI is maintaining the status quo, that's what the market is indicating at this point of time. Market turn from the day's low and they're coming into the positive territory. And Indian markets have rallied nearly 15%. The Nifty rallied 15% from the low of March at this point of time. So markets are in a slightly consolidation phase right now ahead of the RBI monetary policy, and we have very good, decent earnings season. We are in the fag end of the earnings season. All the companies they have projected and they give the current for the current quarter, the revenue growth and also the profit growth is decent at this point of time. Put all the things into perspective, all the macro and macro data into perspective. Indian markets is at one of the sweet spot, and also at the market setup is extremely good at this point of time.
Okay, market setup is extremely good. That's the word coming in. And also, if we talk about pharma sector, Mr. Patini, so over the last four trading sessions, the Nifty Pharma Index that has been on a winning streak. Setting new record highs with each passing day. So Nifty Pharma Index, if you see, that is up over 35% from its March 2023 lows. And in today's trading session as well, there are some stocks, those have been on a dream run, I would say, and they have had a dream run. So Gland Pharma, one of them, after stellar Q1 numbers, the stock is right now also trading 5% up as we speak. Yeah, it's 5% up, and 1688 is the level where we are at. Dr. Reddy's also, after the numbers, we have seen a stellar move. Natco Pharma, and then there are Cipla, one of them after the numbers, of course. So we have seen this kind of a rally after the June quarter numbers, but any other reason for this, stellar rally, and what are your thoughts and what are your top bets from this particular space?
Tanya, if you see the entire space of pharma in last 4 to 5 quarters, uh, the pharma sector was a laggard. It's not participated in the rally in the recent past. Uh, and what we can see at this point of time is, okay, as the market is around inching towards the new highs. So we can see leadership rotation, and also the money has been checking for the where the for the sectors where there is value. If you see the pharma sector was a underperformer in last 8 quarters. So the right now the relative valuations, if you compare with any other sector, individual uh, sectorial point of view and stock point of view, uh, the pharma valuations turned extremely relatively cheaper when compared to any other sector. For a longer term perspective, pharma looks okay, very interesting defense sector for the investor. That's the reason we can see last few days and last few weeks, okay, there is a accumulation that's taken place in pharma. For example, as you mentioned, the Gland Pharma, and as people tend to say, the stock had a dream rally, but if you see the past last 2 quarters, the stock was a nightmare. Okay, the stock has came down drastically from a level of around 3,000. It touched even in a low of 700 rupees in a month back. So what happened is, okay, there these stocks have were in a downtrend as the rally started with respect to the entire broader market is concerned. The market, the money has started flowing into the names like the the pharma stocks at this point of time, as the valuation turns very valuation turns interesting for the investors. So that's the reason for the pharma rally, and also
Hmm.
the couple of other reasons. The raw material prices with respect to APIs and also the freight prices also came
Hmm.
down drastically, significantly in last 3 months. So this is the reason for primary reason for a dream rally, I can say, in pharma stocks after a drifting down to the all-time lows.
Absolutely. And talking about Gland Pharma only, Mr. Battini, it is up almost, it has doubled from its 52-week low. The 52-week low was 861.5. Hit on, okay, it was hit on May 22nd this year only. So the stock has really, performed really well after the Q1 numbers, of course. But what about the other stocks, Mr. Battini? What about DV's Lab? That stock is not really supporting the markets today. And if you see the price action as well, it is trading 2% lower as we speak. Yeah, 3%. So, what are your thoughts on this particular counter?
Yeah, with respect to the divis is concerned, uh, Tanya, the stock, if you see on a last 2 quarters perspective, the stock is up. Uh,
Hmm.
when the pharma sector was down, also the stock has been delivering a decent set of numbers. Okay, but
Hmm.
as right now we can see some kind of consolidation in this stock, but where the money is going towards. Stocks like Cipla and also the stocks where we have witnessed more correction. The money has been flowing right now. Right now, the action, if you see during the day, the more buying what we are witnessing is more about the the small and mid cap pharma stocks are concerned. That's where the uh, money has been right now flowing. But for an investor, we have a next 1 to 2 years time horizon is the time to accumulate some pharma stocks in their portfolio. Names like Natco Pharma or small cap companies like SMS Pharmaceuticals. So subject to their domain they operate and also the valuations. Okay, these are the metrics one need to keep in on their radar before taking any kind of decision with respect to pharma stocks are concerned. But for the large cap universe is concerned, investors can stick to the large cap stocks like Sun Pharmaceutical and Divis Labs for a longer term prospect.
Okay, Mr. Patini, let's take a quick look at Cipla as well. So the stock nearly zoomed around 20% in just 9 trading sessions, after the company's stellar performance, of course, for the quarter ended June 2023. And the company reported 17% YY increase in its consolidated revenue, and also there was a sharp rise seen in its Indian business as well. So on the back of these stellar numbers, the stock was up, and we have seen a stellar rally. But what are your thoughts? I mean, is there more steam left if we talk about this counter, or is it time to book profits?
Yeah, investor with a longer term horizon, definitely they can hold on to the stock,
Okay.
Tanya. But whereas traders who are happy with the recent gains,
Hmm.
okay, they can tend to book some profits from the table because whenever, uh, having said that, the stock has witnessed a decent rally in the recent past, so some kind of consolidation and profit booking can be expected. For the longer term investor, they can hold on to the stock. There is still some kind of stream is left for a longer term perspective for the investors.
Okay, absolutely, and that was pharma sector for you. But Mr. Batini, you were also, mentioning about that earnings thing that 40 out of, I think more than 40 out of Nifty 50 companies, they have already reported their numbers. So, what do you make of the numbers so far, and any sector that really stood out for you after this Q1 earnings?
Yeah, just to mention, Tanya, with respect to the earnings are concerned, we have witnessed a decent earnings season. Okay,
Yeah.
there is no barring one to flattish kind of earnings. Uh,
Hmm.
what we can see is capital goods remain strong, and the infra and industrial theme is looking very strong at this point of time going ahead. And also IT, the guidance from Infosys slightly disappointed the investors. But
Hmm.
what we are witnessing is, see, look at the delivery volumes in stocks in IT. Okay, the delivery volumes are extremely high at this point of time. in last couple of trading session, we are witnessing all-time high delivery volumes, names like Infosys and all. So some kind of bottom fishing. The long only money is chasing IT stocks for a longer term basis at this point of time. Whereas contrary to the large cap IT, mid and small cap IT has been doing extremely good at this point of time. So overall, we had a decent earning season.
Okay, we had a decent earning season. That's the word coming in. And any, any stocks from any top bets that you would like to share with our viewers, especially after this earning seasons? Any top bets for, let's say, long-term investors?
Yeah, investors with a longer term horizon, I educate the investors. Defense sector is looking extremely good. I have been kept on telling on your shows from a quite a long term, and the all the stocks in defense sector they had a very dream rally.
Yeah.
So these kind of Masgam Dockyard we have been educating on your show when the stock was around less than 1,000 rupees. So uh, any dip in these defense stocks, okay, one can accumulate for a longer term perspective because of the earning visibility and also uh, uh, given the kind of order book they have and the execution capabilities they have. Uh, any dip in the defense stocks, investors can accumulate for a longer term horizon. And also stocks into industrial and infra stocks, names like L&T, and also the Reliance has been in a consolidation phase. Investors for a longer term horizon, definitely they can accumulate for a couple of years time horizon.
Absolutely. And by the way, Nasdaq is up over 500% in just a year. What a rally we are seeing, whether it's defense backed
Yeah,
or railway.
our views observed or not, we have been kept on telling
Yeah.
names like Garden Reach Shipyard, Masgam Backyard, and HL. Okay, we have been educating on our
Yeah.
show. So they would have been
Absolutely.
fitted in the rally.
Absolutely. On that wonderful note, thank you so much, Mr. Patini, for sharing, these wonderful ideas with us and being with us here on Business Today Television.
Thank you, Tanya. Always my pleasure to speak to you.
So with that, it's time for me and my team to wrap up this edition when we are still in the green, 192 points higher. 190 points uptick there on Sensex. Remember, we were trading in the green. We were down 300 points on Sensex, but however, there's this last one trading hour in which all this action is happening, and Nifty 50 also above that 19,600 mark and 67 points uptick there as well. So with that, it's a wrap up, but don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram, and also stay tuned for all the latest market updates. Many thanks for watching.
For a country considered the epicenter of COVID-19, the pandemic is the watershed moment, turning the tide on China's powerhouse economy.